Good morning, people. Watchwoman 65, Lisa Boyce here. I had an urgency in my spirit this morning. I think this country is on the brink of a civil war. People are keeping, and I had mentioned this yesterday, the governors of the states want to keep the states locked down. They want to keep people from going back to business as usual. They want to stop people from making a living. The people are not going to have that. So as far as I'm concerned, the lockdown is over. Not because the government said it was, but because the American people says it is. You can't keep people on the brink of bankruptcy. Like I said yesterday, while the powers that be sit in their homes making six figures. This is not going to work. I was looking at Fox News this morning at this gym owner in New Jersey. Got a lot of support. He defied the governor's rule. They're calling it a rule now. They're no longer calling it recommendations. They call them rules. He opened regardless of what the governor said. I don't blame him. And he did it right. Now, I got this article off of The Intercept. It says here that the federal government, listen to this, the federal government buys Riot Gear, increase security funding, citing coronavirus pandemic. It's saying that the federal government has ramped up security and police-related spending in response to the coronavirus pandemic, including issuing contracts for Riot Gear. It says the purchase orders include requests for disposable cuffs, gas masks, ballistic helmets, and riot gloves, along with law enforcement protective equipment for federal police assigned to protect Veterans Affairs facilities. The orders were expedited under a special authorization in response to COVID-19 outbreak. Now, I could see that happening somewhat now, but I can definitely see this happening after the rapture of the church. The Veterans Affairs Department, which manages 1,500 healthcare facilities around the country, has also extended special contracts for coronavirus-related security services. It says here, Redcon Solutions Group, a private security company, it's my cat, so a private security company founded by Iraq war veterans, has won over $1.6 million in contracts to provide guards for COVID-19 screening security guard services. Similar contracts have gone out to private security firms to guard VA facilities in San Francisco, Des Moines, Iowa, and Fayetteville, among others. The increased security contracts appeared shortly after a recent Inspector General report noted an increase in absenteeism among VA employees and shortages among VA police. The IG report noted that there is additional strain caused by the need for additional police presence for COVID-19 related screenings of veterans and all VA health facilities, and recommended the hiring of contract security services. The VA police, as The Intercept previously reported, was not armed until 2011, when the Pentagon began providing military equipment to police forces around the country. Between 2005 and 2014, VA police departments acquired millions of dollars worth of body armor, chemical agents, night vision equipment, and other weapons and tactical gear. The Intercept reported last year, but an Inspector General report in December of 2018 found there was little oversight. The OIG found that forces at roughly 3 out of every 4 facilities were not receiving inspections, timely inspections. Further, the sparse data collected on police activities was not tracked or assessed in any systematic or righteous way. The CARES Act, in the $2.2 trillion stimulus legislation passed in late March, which, by the way, I didn't get anything, also authorized $850 million for the coronavirus emergency supplemental funding program, federal grant program to prepare law enforcement, correctional officers, and police for the crisis. The funds have been dispensed to local governments to pay for overtime costs, purchase protective supplies, and defray expenses related to emergency policing. The CESF funding may be used for a range of coronavirus response efforts by law enforcement, including medical personnel, protective equipment, overtime for police officers, and so forth. I'm going to link this article in the description box. It says here, the federal funding request contrasts sharply with the rosy rhetoric from Trump. I'm not knocking Trump, don't get me wrong, who has lavished himself with praise for his response to the crisis and issued optimistic predictions that recovery is around the corner. Last month, the federal government secured a contract to purchase 100,000 body bags to dispose of deaths related to the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, like I said, they're extending this. I don't know whether they feel that something's coming in the future, or whether they feel, well, the future meaning after the rapture or before. But if they keep, and I'm just giving you a bit of information, if they keep locking down these businesses, and if the people continue to open and have the protest of the people that was outside of this gym this morning, I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, these people they support this guy. And so do I. I don't blame him. He has to open up his gym. There shouldn't be any reason why Target and Walmart are open, but he can't. I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous for anyone. If we're on the brink of a civil war, I do believe the Lord will pull us out before anything happens. I'm seeing bits and pieces of this now. I'm going to link this article in the description box, and I'll be back on later with another article about wearing masks. Thank you.